Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura and a living legend, Bernie Kosar, with me. Bernie, I know you watched that game. When you saw Myles Garrett just grab Deshaun Watson by the back of his jersey and rip him down to the ground, I'm sure you were happy because it was a Browns play, but as a quarterback, you're like, I'm glad that that's not happening to me right now.
No doubt about it. The duress that Myles Garrett is consistently and constantly putting on opposing quarterbacks, the challenges that he puts to a whole offense, it's easy to see.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They had 4 sacks in this week against Houston. Myles Garrett having 1.5 of those. And Garrett now sat down with Andrew Gribble so we can learn more about the Browns' young superstar.
In the pocket, up in the pocket. He got hit in the pocket. He's going down. They got him. Myles Garrett got him. Connor running, and from behind, he fumbled the ball, and it's picked up by the Browns.
I'm Andrew Gribble here with Myles Garrett. And Myles, you guys are coming off a tough loss to Houston, but how do you guys look forward to this final 4-game stretch?
We still can control our future in some ways, as long as we win out. We have a positive outlook on how things can shake out for postseason dreams and going into next year. We just have to focus on one game at a time.
What does that say about this locker room that a loss like that doesn't down the spirits of the group? It just seems like this team has kind of stayed upbeat no matter what's happened this season.
I mean, that's just the kind of vibe and energy we have. That's with what we have on defense. That's what we've always had with the leaders there. And then with Baker and Tyrod, Joel, they're always upbeat and they're always positive about the next game and just moving forward, turning the next page.
Pressure, they are going to get him, and Myles Garrett drilled him down. And here comes Myles Garrett.
Personally, how do you think your season's gone so far?
It's gone all right. Well, 11.5, 12 sacks, a couple TFLs, a couple forced fumbles, but it's about the team at the end of the day. My stats don't mean anything if we're not winning, so I have to up my performance, and we have to up our performance on the defense. We can't have a game like last week where we had no takeaways. We have to go back to what we've been doing, and that's interceptions, forced fumbles, sacks, just getting after the ball carrier and taking the ball from them.
Now, when you came into the league last year, you made an immediate impact getting a sack on your very first play. But do you notice now that you're getting more attention, or when did that start happening on the field with maybe some double teams and things like that?
I got it a little bit last year, but it's been definitely a larger dose this year. This team's throwing guard and tackle and tight end, tackle, tight end, running back. Just different looks to keep me from getting a full head of steam before I get to the tackle and get to the quarterback. So it's been good for me. It's a good learning experience.
Here they come after Driscoll, and Myles Garrett got him this time.
With the way the schedule's worked out, you guys have seemingly played every big-name quarterback in the NFL. Another one's coming up this weekend with Cam Newton. What is that for you when you go into a matchup? What are you thinking when you're facing a guy like that?
He's very confident in his arm. He's very confident in his legs. So they run his own read. So if you don't play good technique, he'll take it and try to stiff on you to the ground, or he'll try to sneak it into a reverse or throw a long bomb. So you never know what's coming next for him. You
mentioned the 11.5 sacks. You're 5 off the NFL lead. Is that goal still in your mind with 4 games left to play?
Absolutely. I mean, until the last game has 3 zeros on it, I'm going to be scratching and clawing for that lead. That's just I want to be the best at what I do. So he's at the top right now. Then I gotta pass him up.
He's such a mild-mannered guy off the field, but on the field, he is a wrecking ball out for destruction. And I have to ask you, in your days, who was the most feared defensive lineman you had to go against?
There's so many cool names. I don't want to make myself sound too old, but the Lawrence Taylors, the Reggie Whites, the Mark Gastineaus, the pressure of, and Myles Garrett, I'm not trying to overhype this, but the way he is currently playing game in and game out, he is in that level of play. Now, can he do it over the scheme of a decade like some of those guys? But in the short run right now, with, again, only rushing basically 4 and 5 guys, the pressure that he's able to put, it makes you go faster than you want to. And in speed sometimes comes mistakes.
Absolutely. Now, does he remind you of anybody that you played against just from a stylistic standpoint?
Well, the stylistic standpoint, it looks like he has the range of like the Lawrence Taylors, where you got to be careful of him batting down balls, but the speed and power of Reggie White.
You gotta like that. Those are two pretty good guys. If you can follow their career paths, he will be in Canton.
I have a lot of broken bones from those guys.
Well, we're glad that you're doing well now, and that's why you're here with us on Browns All Access, and we'll be back with more of Browns All Access right after this. Baker Mayfield has thrown for a touchdown now in 9 consecutive starts. Who was the last Browns quarterback to do so? Is the answer A, Otto Graham, B, Brian Sipe, C, Bernie Kosar, or D, Tim Couch? Find out when Browns All Access returns.